In a land of myth and a time of magic, the destiny of a great kingdom rests on the shoulders of a young boy. His name...
Kimi. The departure of Lewis Hamilton means that Mercedes is facing an existential threat. In the event that they can build a title-winning car, they still need a capable driver to win them the title. Mick Schumacher, the Mercedes reserve, was the first to throw his hat in the ring for the job. He declared by saying, "I think few people know how good I am." Other theories have suggested that Alonso could be signed to fill the gap, but even crazier theories have said that Vettel could be brought in from retirement. Mercedes are unsure if they should go for an old driver or a young one. However, when Toto was asked about who could replace Hamilton, he gave an interesting hint. Maybe it's a chance to do something bold. 9 years ago, Wolff had refused to make that bold move when Verstappen was offered to him in 2015. Back then, Mercedes did not have a junior program, and Rosberg and Hamilton were strong. Red Bull had a space in Toro Rosso, so Verstappen went there. But that was a decision Wolff would regret, as just a year later, Max Verstappen will become the youngest F1 race winner when he won the 2016 Spanish GP. This forced Mercedes to create their junior driver academy that year, and that academy has now produced a young man who many has touted as a generational talent. Wolff has hinted about making a bold move, and what could be bolder than entrusting the future of your team in the hands of a 17-year-old? Mercedes believes so much in his abilities that they made him skip Formula 3, catapulting him to Formula 2, and preparing him to take over from Hamilton in 2025. Everything points to the fact that the destiny of Mercedes rests on the shoulders of this boy. Today, we are going to talk about this young talent and make a case for why Wolff should pick him. Hit the subscribe button to support the channel. Welcome to Front Lockout. Who is Kimi Antonelli? Born in 2006, the Italian started racing karts at the age of 7, following the footsteps of his father, a former professional driver. Antonelli dominated karting, and by 2021, just 3 weeks after turning 15, he made his single-seater debut. He competed in that year's Italian F4 and finished 10th despite starting the championship from the 4th round. By 2022, he won both the Italian and German F4 championships. But something incredible happened when he competed at that year's Motorsport Games Formula 4 Cup. Racing for Italy, Kimi hurt his left wrist in a collision in Saturday qualifying. With his wrist taped up, Antonelli went on to win from pole in the qualifying race, and then repeated the feat with a strapped-up hand in Sunday's main race. By 2023, he won the Formula Regional Middle East Championship, but that was not all. He capped off the year by winning the Formula Regional European Championship in Zandvoort with 2 races to spare. Seeing his dominance, Mercedes decided it would be a waste of everyone's time if he competed in F3. The team entered him for F2 instead. The 17-year-old will be racing for Prema, a team that has taken Charles Leclerc, Mick Schumacher, and Oscar Piastri to F2 titles. But if you think Antonelli might falter in F2, the data seemed to suggest otherwise. It was reported that some F2 drivers took part in a wet weather test in an F3 car recently, and Kimi was the fastest by a whole seconds. Kimi appears to be a driver who could be given an F1 seat right away. According to the FIA International Sporting Code, an F1 driver needs 40 super license points to compete. Kimi has a massive 67 points. 12 points each for winning the Italian and German F4 championships, 18 points for winning the Formula Regional Middle East Championship, and a further 25 points for winning the Formula Regional European Championship. However, because he is not 18, the sporting code doesn't permit him to race in F1. By comparison, when Williams signed Logan Sargent to F1, the American had just 29 super license points. The team signed him by banking on the fact that he would have reached the required 40 points by the time he finished Formula 2. The boy is also a movie star in his own right. He starred as Matteo in the 2016 film titled The Italian Race. He was also the main cast in a 2021 movie titled Baby Racer. Kimi Antonelli or Fernando Alonso? In the first instance, Mercedes shouldn't be talking about Fernando Alonso, who is closer to retirement. A boy who will turn 18 at his first F1 race should be where all their resources should go. However, Mercedes loves to win, and no matter how talented Kimi is, he is not going to win them a title in his first outing. Alonso, on the other hand, can immediately win them a title in 2025 provided they have the car. This rumor of Alonso joining Mercedes is an indictment of George Russell. The team doesn't seem to believe Russell can lead the charge. While George Russell is a great driver, he hasn't quite shown that he has that killer instinct of a champion. A champion needs to be brutal, and Russell doesn't look like he is willing to get his elbows out. Verstappen is a brutal driver, and the three drivers who can duel with him are Alonso, Hamilton, and Leclerc. Leclerc, in particular, has shown in the past that he can better Verstappen. If Russell was in that group, Kimi would have been paired with him to build experience. However, there is always the need for caution. Kimi might not turn out the way we all hoped, but at least that young man will end up in F1. Who do you think Mercedes should sign? A bright young talent or an older steady hand? Share your thoughts in the comments. This is Front Lockout, signing off.